Hey everybody, it's David and I'm back with another video. This is the CD update for July, um, July 2020. Let's jump right into it. I got a lot to get to. Here's first one up is Cochran and Company on Toby Mac's Goatee Records. This is their first album. Like you can only get this album on tour. You see him on tour, but since nobody's touring right now, he was selling them on his website, so that's where I got it. They're contemporary pop, so if you like that kind of music, Christian music is, just go ahead and go pick this one up. Next up, also on Toby's record label, is Chris. He's Ryan Stevenson. He's a pop contemporary guy. If you're into sorry, if you're into Christian music, you probably heard his Eye of the Storm song. That was his biggest hit so far. Although Still My God is on the CD, and that's a good song too. So I got this off of Amazon, so if you want to go check it out. Next up is Unspoken's Reasons Deluxe CD. It's just the deluxe version of their Reasons album that came out last year. It's got one new song called One Step, and then it's got a hits medley, Bury the Workman live version, Help Is On The Way remix, a Reason remix, and You've Always Been acoustic version. Also, this CD is also the one that's got Just Give Me Jesus, which is a very good song. So you need to check this album out. Next up, one of the albums that's probably going to be in my top 5 of the year, Phillips, Craig and Dean, You're Still God. If you don't know who they are, they're a pop contemporary group that's been around since the 90s. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be their last album, from what I'm hearing. So, if it is, they went out with a bang, because this album is just awesome. Almighty, You Keep Hope Alive, There Is a God, Just As I Am, You're Still God, There's a Redeemer, and my favorite song, Tears, which is talking about how when we get to heaven there'll be no more tears, because we'll be with God, and all this evilness and everything will be gone. Let's see, I think I got this off of Amazon too. So, if you like Phillips, Craig and Dean, here you go. Next up is Bride, Snake Eyes. Now, it came out in 2018, and you're going, why are you just buying it now? Well, I just didn't get around to buying it. But it's worth it if you can find it. It took me a while to find this one. So that's Bride. Let's see. uh, John the Baptist, The Real Jesus, Call Out His Name, The Other Side of Suicide. There's a good album. Good songs on the album. So that's Bride with Snake Eyes. This is another one that's probably going to be in the top 5 of 2020. That's John Schlitz Go. I tell you, this dude can still bring it. It's a good album. I love this album. Probably his best solo album he's ever done. And my favorite song off of here is Where Would I Be? It's a really good CD. I think I bought this one from Boone's Overstock, I think. No. Or was it Gert? It was either Gert or Boone's Overstock. So you like John Schlitz? Go get go. Now here is Sidewalk Prophets with The Things That Got Us Here. If you don't know who Sidewalk Prophets are, they're a contemporary group. If you've heard of, of Mercy Me, Big Daddy Weave, they're kind of in that area, but they're really, really good. I mean, this CD has got Smile, Thank You Jesus. This might not be in the top 5 of my 2020, but it's definitely probably going to be in the top 10. Unless I get totally blown away by the stuff that's getting ready to come out. So, but who knows? I mean, Stryper's in that mix right there too, so never know. Anyway, now that was the new stuff. Here is the old stuff that I bought. This is Glad, Color Outside Lines. If you don't know who they are a vocal group from the 1990s. They're still around today, but mostly today they just do a cappella. This is when they were into their pop, contemporary Christian category. And it's got Color Outside Lines, which is one of my favorite songs from them. This came out in 1995. So, here is Glad again with Floodgates. This one came out in 1992. It's another one of their best albums. I had this on cassette when I was younger. I loved this album. And just listening to it a few days ago, still just as good. My favorite song off here is Which Way the Wind Blows. It's a good one. This one was on Benson Records, which, if you don't know, it had For Him was on Benson. New Song for Time was on Benson Records. So was I think Ken Tamplin's CD was actually released on Benson. Michael Sweet's debut album, just Michael Sweet, I think it was like 1994 when that one came out. That was on Benson. So Benson Records have been around for a long time with a lot of good groups, but mostly when people think of them, they think of For Him. But anyway, this is Glad with Floodgates. Now, this is Twila Paris's Warrior as a Child, plus Twila Paris, Keeping My Eyes on You. And I got this at Half Price Books. Had 2 albums on it. I really don't like to do this, but I love Warrior as a child, and I didn't have that one on CD yet. So this is Jody McBrayer. This is Who I Am. And when Avalon broke up, he went his own way and did a couple solo albums. So they were pretty good albums. I like this album. Let's see. To Ever Live Without You is the song that's probably most popular off of this album. That's Jody McBrayer. This is Who I Am. Now the next 3, I've got Dolphy and Dale to blame for these, because I watched this video about this guy, and I went out, and as soon as I was done watching it, I was like, man, I gotta get them. So I started looking for them, and I found 3 of them for good prices. So I went ahead and bought all 3 of them. And that's John Elefante, Windows of Heaven. This one's got That's Why God Made the Moon. That's a good song. No One's Ever Died for Me Before. That's another good one. So this is John Elefante, Windows of Heaven. Next up is John Elefante's Corridors. And this one's got Not Just Any Other Day. That's a good album. That's a good song. And yeah. Let's see. And Treasures of Heaven was a good one too. Corridors is a good one. So. So that's John Elefante's Corridors. Now this one I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. I've been more focused on Windows of Heaven and Corridors. But this is his third album, Defying Gravity. Have not had a chance to watch it yet. Or to listen to it yet. But hopefully I'll get around to it soon. So, that's John Elefante's Defying Gravity. And that's not the only time that I bought something after watching one of Dolphy and Dale's videos. Just the other day, he had something on there about Tamplins and Axe to Grind. And I just had to go out and buy that album as soon as I was done watching this video, because the album looks so cool. I love Tamplin. And so I went out on Girder Records and found the gold disc CD and bought it. So, but the next I cannot talk right now. The next albums that I've got all came from, well, not all of them. Okay, now, all but the first album came from Retroactive, Girder, Boone's Overstock. So here's, I already had this album, but I wanted one that had the lyrics with it, because the one I had did not have the lyrics, and I hate it when CDs don't have the lyrics. But anyway, this is the 1990 reissue of Barren Cross's Rock for the King. So, I mean, as you can, got the lyrics, so. It has like 5 live songs on it too. So, the 1990 reissue of Barren Cross's Rock for the King. Now this one, I like Shout, I like Tamplin', so I had to get Shout back. So, that's the Tamplin' album that was on Benson. Anyway, so it's Shout Back. Shout Back. You might be able to find out one still on Boone's Overstock or Girder, or those. Here is the 2019 reissue of Bloodgood, the debut album. Of course, Scott Waters did the layout and everything. It looks awesome. And got all the lyrics. And then his nice collages that he puts at the end of them. Yeah. So that's Bloodgood's debut album, remastered on Retroactive for 2019. Now these just came out. Reissues of Liaison's first 3 off Girder Records. And there's Urgency. And Urgency, I think this is the one that's got the bonus song from the 1990 Power Team soundtrack that they were on. If you get a chance, go on YouTube when you're done watching this video and look up John Jacobs and the Power Team. They are awesome. Seen them when I was younger in the 1990s. Here's Hard Hitter from Liaison. And here's the gold discs version of Mastodon's It's Jungle Out There. And again, our buddy Scott at No Life Till Metal redid everything, did the layout. He does an awesome job. And that's the original cover, and that's the gold cover. So if you don't like that one, you can put this one in the front of your CD. And here's their second one with Mikado. Again, Scott Waters redid it. And there's the original cover, the gold disc cover. And finally, one of my favorite albums. I remember having this album as a kid on cassette, playing the crap out of it. I think I ruined like 2 or 3 cassettes of this album. And I was so happy when it finally came out on CD. So happy it came out on gold disc CDs. That's Guardian's Miracle Mile. And there's all the lyrics and the cool pictures and the collage. I think Scott did this one. I'm not sure. I'll have to look here in a minute. Yep, Scott Waters did this one too. There's the original cover and the gold disc cover. You could still get, I think you could still get all the liaisons, the mastodons, and the guardians still. I'm not sure about the Bloodgood, maybe the shouts. So go to Boone's Overstock, Girder Records, Retroactive Records, and look for them. So that's it right now, folks. See you next month.